Josh McNair, Sandy Cohen III leads the team in almost every offensive category. Jaquan McLeod and Cody Schwartz, the starting five for Green Bay, as they have the basketball after the opening tip. Lucas Gasson, Trey Boyd III, Bo Hodges, Davian Williamson, and Isaiah Tisdale get the start for ETSU. Those are the starting five for each team. Bruce, University of Wisconsin, Green Bay. Bruce Tranbarger here with Casey Marler courtside as we get set for the opening tip. Quick, give you the starting lineups first for Green Bay. Shaquan Hemphill, Josh McNair, Sandy Cohen III leads the team in almost every offensive category. Jaquan McLeod and Cody Schwartz, the starting five for Green Bay, as they have the basketball after the opening tip. Lucas Gasson, Trey Boyd III, Bo Hodges, Davian Williamson, and Isaiah Tisdale get the start for ETSU. Those are the starting five for each team. Bruce, let's start with ETSU's head coach, who is not with his team tonight. Count the bucket. We'll get to that in just a second, but a nice play inside by Josh McNair, the bucket and the foul.
Slicing down the baseline. Basket early. Good start for Green Bay on the road.
McNair's free throw just a little bit long. Rebound to Hodges. Let's finish that thought. ETSU without head coach Steve Forbes tonight.
Yes, due to the death of his father, our condolences to Coach Forbes and his family. Coaching situation, continuity won't be an issue. Longtime assistant Jason Shea will serve as an extension of Steve Forbes on the bench.
Tisdale gave up the basketball, and then it did a nice job at the other end drawing the offensive foul. First personal foul going against Sandy Cohen III.
And we'll hear that name called a great deal. Sandy Cohen III leads Green Bay in minutes played, scoring, rebound, steals, assists, block shots. Just about every statistical category. Tough draw. Isaiah Tisdale matched up against him man-to-man.
Yeah, Cohen averages over 17 points per game. Reach-in foul there on McNair. You see that aggressive style of Green Bay. This is a team that averages 80 points a game. They like to play fast. They like to attack.
They want to play fast. They set it up with defense. They'll guard you full court, mostly man-to-man.
ETSU without the services of several key players tonight as well, as they go inside to Gasson, the 7-footer, soft off the glass to open the scoring for ETSU.
Yeah, the Bucks postseason fate may depend on Lucas Gasson and also James Harrison and DeAndre Bernard and how they respond to extended roles in absentia in terms of James Harrison. Or excuse me, not James Harrison, but the two starters, Malad and Armas. And Jerome Rodriguez, 20 rebounds per game, missing Casey. Big shoes to fill for backup Buck post players.
Post players also without the services of Patrick Good, who is injured for the postseason. He averages 10 points a game. And you see a little bit of a sloppy start. Both of these teams coming off emotional postseason tournaments. Each team made it to their respective conference semifinals. Now they've been out, away from game action for a week plus, and it shows here in the early go.
A little rust for all of us in between there.
Running floater and the soft touch by McLeod is good.
We'll see a lot of that. Green Bay has spread the floor. They'll slice, looking to get in gaps. Tremendous one-on-one players. You see McLeod making a play off a spread floor.
Boyd with the three-pointer. This one a little bit short. Boyd had a fantastic Southern Conference tournament, averaging in double figures, all-conference tournament team. And the three-pointer is good. We talked about the offensive prowess of Sandy Cohen III, and he delivers with the first three-pointer of the game.
Yeah, Bucks go big on him. Bo Hodges, who they feel is their best on-ball defender, but Cohen makes a play.
Cohen pull up, feeling it early. Sandy Cohen III with a couple of three-pointers right off the bat. And Green Bay out to a 10-2 run to start this game. We talked about offense, and they are as advertised in the first 2.5 minutes.
Well, forced the long miss, and Sandy Cohen in transition. Trey Boyd out there with a hand up, but it's not enough. Going with a great deal of confidence, just stepping up and knocking it down. Green Bay off to a tremendous start.
Play.
Yeah, Fletcher McGee, name one, Francis Alonzo, Bubba Parham at VMI. League full of shooters.
Speaking of a lot of those players, they're in the postseason as well. Wofford representing the Southern Conference in the NCAA tournament. UNCG and Furman in the NIT. Meanwhile, in the Horizon League, Wright State will go to the NIT. They were the regular season champions, lost to Northern Kentucky in the conference tournament, and they will go to the NCAA tournament as well. As I mentioned, both of these teams seeded fourth in their respective conference tournaments and bowed out in the semifinal round. Williamson with the scoop won't go on the reverse lay-in. Another three-point attempt, and this one is up and good. Cody Schwartz with the three-pointer. The Phoenix, a perfect 3 for 3 from beyond the arc, and they have an 11-point lead. Foul called, and that personal foul will go against Jaquan McLeod.
Bucks do a tremendous job of bouncing the floor in transition. They're back in the paint, but they don't find the shooter. Have to get out and outside and close out. Cody Schwartz knocks one down from distance to extend the Phoenix lead to 11.
Trey Tiller and Kevon Tucker into the lineup for ETSU. Also checking in for the Bucks is DeAndre Bernard. Tisdale tried to keep from getting trapped. Bernard, the three-point shot, and this one is up and good. Tucker straight off the bench, some instant offense, cuts the lead to 8. Right back the other end. Transition basketball by McLeod, and he scores.
Bucks need to stop Green Bay getting it done on the offensive end, doing what they want. ETSU 4 substitutes on the floor right now.
Tiller with 14 on the shot clock. And a foul called on James Harrison away from the basketball. Harrison's first, second team foul. ETSU's offense looking to get in sync. We talked about the layoff, and obviously some new faces on the court that haven't played a lot of basketball throughout the postseason. So one of those things they'll just have to work through here. Good to be at home when you have all of these different variables.
Yeah, it is. And that foul and that turnover will get charged to James Harrison, but that's actually on Trey Tiller. He needs to allow Harrison to get himself set. Left a little too soon, didn't allow Harrison to establish a legal screening position.
We saw Schwartz from the outside, just saw Cody Schwartz drive and score. A 12-point lead early on, and another turnover by ETSU as the ball goes off the hands of Tiller, and that takes us to a media timeout. Through the first 4 minutes, the University of Wisconsin, Green Bay, Phoenix off and running. Welcome back as you get a look at assistant coach Jason Shea as he's taken over the head coaching duties for the night. As we mentioned at the top of the game, head coach Steve Forbes with his family after the passing of his father. And on the other bench, Green Bay's coached by Link Darner in his 4th season with the Phoenix. Casey Marler, Bruce Trambarger, and the Phoenix red hot to open this game.
Wow. Third three-pointer by Cohen, all of them with a hand in his face.
The Phoenix 8 for 8 from the floor, including 3 for 3 from three-point land from leading scorer Cohen. Tucker from the top of the key, and he answers. Kevon Tucker off the bench, adding a little spark for ETSU. Answers Cohen's 3 with a 3 of his own.
Only sign of life offensively for the Bucks. McNair with the straight line drive just blows past James Harrison. You get the ball in the middle of the floor and straight line drive, it takes away from the help side. McNair got the head and shoulders around, finished at the rim.
Nice dish, and the left-handed layup is good by Harrison. That's set up by Boyd's strong drive. McNair with the skip pass into the near corner, and the miss, but the rebound as Williamson wasn't there. A second miss, and that ball goes out of bounds off of the Phoenix. And a couple of misses. something we didn't know if we'd see tonight here in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Even though the Bucks get a stop, still troubling in that they give up dribble penetration right to the rim for McNair once more, who's gotten there at will today, and force a missed shot finally and don't close out, allow an offensive rebound.
Well, Williamson really aggressive on that three-pointer because the Phoenix have been so hot from the outside and then caught off guard, out of position, allowed McNair to follow his shot. Still an empty possession for the Phoenix. Tucker kicks outside. Williamson drives. And another turnover, and Green Bay comes out of there with it. Fans wanted that off of Kim Hankerson, but they don't get the call, and Green Bay will keep the basketball. Take another look. As you see, Hankerson rolls right off of the body part. Phoenix keeps the basketball.
A lot of standing and reaching. Straight legs. Bucks not in a good guarding position, not low, ready to move.
Sandy Cohn III can shoot the basketball. We talked about how his approach was. He's the team's leading scorer, leading rebounder, leader in minutes played. Nice strong drive, and he's as advertised. Bo Hodges answers at the other end.
He is. He's a player, loves to play the game. A guy with a lot of postseason experience. He's not ready to end his career tonight. Very dangerous when you have a player in a elimination type sitting.
A little bit of a shuffle there inside, no call, and another bucket for the Phoenix. They lead by 15, 27-12, 13:05 to play here in the first half.
Just a highlight film. It's one shot and out for ETSU.
Foul called on Manny Patterson. Patterson's first personal foul, team's fourth foul. We mentioned the first round of the collegeinsider.com tournament, otherwise known as the Hugh Durham Classic, and Coach Durham, a little bit of a connection here to ETSU.
He was the head coach of the 1968 Florida State team. The Bucks defeated in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Had a big red-headed, 6'9", left-handed center by the name of Dave Cowens. I had the honor of playing against Hugh Durham and his fine University of Georgia teams. Had some outstanding players: Dominique Wilkins, Willie Anderson, Alec Kessler, Olympic gold medalist Vern Fleming.
I wasn't going to bring up how you fared against Coach Durham in your career, but in the spirit of journalism, I might as well.
We got them a few times, but the one, Casey, I remember is my senior year, first round the first round the SEC tournament, and Dennis Williams knocks one down from half court to beat us at the buzzer and probably knock us out of the NCAA tournament.
Wow. Hey, quite a coach, Coach Durham. Tisdale for three. This one a little bit long. Ball bounces around. Great effort by Bo Hodges inside, in between a couple of Phoenix defenders.
Well, all year long, at times ETSU's best offense has been the missed shot. Without Malad Narmis and Jerome Rodriguez. A little different dynamic out there tonight, but Bo Hodges with the second chance opportunity.
Gasson with the rebound on the shot that's short. Right now, the story of this game, Sandy Cohen III, 14 points in the first 8.5 minutes of this game. Shot from deep, no good. Quickly to the other end come the Phoenix, and the baseline jumper is up and good. PJ Pipes with the bucket, his first of the game.
I'm convinced that they can shoot the three. Now, are the ETSU players going to get convinced of that and close out with high hands? Because that's just too easy a look.
Good job, Hodges beating the pressure. And a three-pointer is up and true as ETSU trying to shoot their way back into this game. Kevon Tucker with another three-pointer. He's having quite a first half in his own right.
Defensive specialist, struggles shooting the basketball this year, but keeping the Bucks in it offensively. ETSU man-to-man defense. Bo Hodges matched up on Cohen.
ETSU pushes the tempo. Tucker, why not? Hits another one. He has the crowd into this. Come on, Tucker, the junior, off the bench and straight into the hearts of Buck fans. It's a 12-point game. Green Bay still leads it, but ETSU showing some signs of life here early.
Kevon Tucker says, Sandy Cohen, you're not the only outside shooter out here. I can knock him down from distance too. And there's Tucker with the hand in the passing lane making the play. Green Bay with a long floor and 15 on the shot clock when we come back.
Welcome back. 10-14 to play here in the first half. The University of Wisconsin Green Bay Phoenix lead ETSU 32-20. Thanks to the hot shooting of the team's leading scorer, Sandy Cohen III. He has 14 points, but ETSU has answered off the bench with Kevon Tucker's 12 points. Not bad for a player who averages 3 points a game.
He's been a defensive specialist, but really keeping the Bucks in it with outside shooting. Now here, and also got the deflection that led to the long floor and short shot clock. Bucks go 2-3 zone. Maybe tricked the Phoenix a little bit. Looked uncomfortable. Forced a dead ball turnover. Possession ETSU down 12.
Tisdale near side to Williamson, the freshman, who had a great Southern Conference tournament in his own right. Gasson through a couple of defenders up and over. 5 on the shot clock. Williamson puts it up. This one no good. Rebounded by Gasson. And Tiller wasn't looking for the basketball. Gasson went down hard. It's a 5-on-4 right now. Far corner three-pointer. This one no good. Hodges comes out of there with it. At one point, the Phoenix 8 of 8. Now they're 13 of 19. Tisdale, the left-hander, fires. No good. And a push-off. And the foul is called on Green Bay. That foul goes against Manny Patterson. Patterson's second personal foul. Team's 5th personal foul. Nice job of Gasson inside, taking up space, getting good position, forcing the foul on Patterson.
And ETSU, even without Jerome Rodriguez and Mladen Armas, thought they may have an advantage on the boards. Green Bay comes in -4 per game in terms of rebound margins. Second, third chance opportunities there for ETSU.
Nothing there for Harrison. Kicks out. And Williamson drains the three-pointer. First points of the game for Davian Williamson. It's back to single digits for the first time in about 8 minutes as the Bucks have cut the Phoenix lead to 9. Schwartz, his shot is good. He's got a pretty shot. A little mid-range jumper is good.
He does, and James Harrison is out there in his space, but you have to get a hand up on him. Schwartz has proved he can knock it down from the mid-range.
Williamson with the running floater won't go. He's fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line to shoot a pair of free throws. Williamson among the best free throw shooters on ETSU's team. And ETSU has had their share of issues from the free throw line this year. Williamson, an 82% free throw shooter. Up and good.
And first free throw opportunity for the Bucks. Does Jason Shea elect to extend the defense a little bit? Teams that press and guard you full court often don't like to be pressed, so does ETSU mix it up?
Williamson's second free throw attempt, and this one is good. Bucks pull off the full court defense, but seem to be challenging the perimeter a little more than they did in the opening minutes. Certainly Green Bay has proven they can shoot the basketball. This one in and out, no good. And a foul is called on Hodges reaching in. Bo Hodges nearly came up with the steal, but got a little out of position there, and that's his first personal foul. Team 4 take another look at the missed shot and subsequent foul on Hodges.
Yeah, nobody gets a body on Josh McNair as he continues to be a force in the paint for Wisconsin Green Bay.
Schwartz has 9 points. Back-to-back buckets for Cody Schwartz.
Showing he can score from the mid-range, from distance. as well.
Williamson gets his own rebound. Hodges from the near corner. This one no good, but right there in perfect position is Trey Tiller for the putback.
Big athletic young man, hadn't gotten a lot of minutes this year, making the most of his opportunity in the postseason.
7:53 to play, another media timeout. It's a 9-point game. Phoenix lead ETSU 36-27.
The automotive business.
7 red-hot shooting for the Phoenix, the story of this first half.
Check your defense at the door. ETSU came in with the 2 post players out, Mladen Armas and Dromy Rodriguez that we've talked about, so it's critical that they don't foul in the block. They have 8 fewer fouls to give, but they have the not fouling down. It's the guarding that they hadn't found yet.
Yeah, you mentioned without Rodriguez, you lose a double-double there. Another 3-point basket for the Phoenix. This one, Sujat Baines, his first points of the game, and the shots are coming from everywhere.
Too easy. Where are the hands?
A kick out to Williamson. His shot in and out, no good. Nearly poked out of there by Tiller. Phoenix back up by 12, and a little bit of a shuffle there, and the turnover will give the ball back to ETSU. Bell took an extra step there. Travian Bell, the 6'6 freshman from Joliet West High School in Joliet, Illinois, just outside of Chicago.
Credit Trey Tiller for hustling back, getting in good guarding position, had the buttocks low, the hands high, forced the dead ball turnover, possession ETSU. Still down 12, trying to get this back to single digits.
Tucker with the basketball, gets a screen, nothing doing there. Hodges drives in between a couple of defenders. Lost the ball just a little bit on his way up. Pretty transition basketball and the flush by Bell. Execution, perfection by the Phoenix.
It was, and transition defense for ETSU just non-existent. Nobody stopping the basketball, nobody picking up cutters, no communication. Green Bay gets the basketball to the rim and finishes.
Take another look at Bell with a two-handed slam. Nobody there to defend.
Nothing but green jerseys back.
Boyd, slow start offensively. He can heat up at any moment. We've seen him single-handedly shoot the Bucks back into games, into victory. Boyd on cue just inside the three-point arc, but Boyd in the scoring column for the first time tonight.
And that's just a player making a shot still. The ETSU offense looks a little out of sync. Ball sticking with Boyd quite a bit, but shakes his man and makes a shot.
Foul whistled on Bo Hodges. That'll be Hodges' second personal foul.
So now you take Hodges out of the game, you're down 3 in the post because Hodges is 6'4", playing, I guess in this small lineup, he's playing the 5 right now, isn't he? This might be the smallest lineup ETSU has had in 30 years.
Shanquan Hempfield at the charity stripe. And knocks down the free throw. 6 minutes to play here in the first half. Green Bay back up by 14 once again. Tisdale with the basketball. Nearly has it poked away. Gets the ball to Boyd. His shot no good, and Tiller can't come up with the rebound underneath. Crossover, strong drive, and the foul is called, and that'll send Cohen to the free throw line.
Jaquan McLeod, the quick hands on the defensive end, the near steal. Bucks offense still out of sync. Ball never leaves the left side of the floor. They have a Green Bay team that likes to control tempo and get up and down offensively. What they don't want to do is guard for long periods. Bucks haven't worked the floor and made them defend and unable to get into their lower body. And Green Bay able to expend energy on the offensive end.
Cohen now with 16 points, a 78% free throw shooter. Knocks down his only 2 free opportunities of the first half. 5:32 to play. Williamson, nothing doing there. Nearly stolen away, but Tucker tracks it down. 10 on the shot clock. Williamson, the kick out to Tisdale. 5 on the shot clock. The running floater off the glass for Williamson is good. Bell for 3. This one no good, but it's tracked down. And once again, even on the misses, Pipes Jr. fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. ETSU having a hard time boxing out and tracking down the loose basketball.
Long shots, long misses, long rebounds. Guards have to rebound down. That's not just on the bigs.
Schwartz back into the game as Trevian Bell has a seat on the bench.
ETSU back to a more traditional lineup now. 7-footer Lucas Gasson in the game. He'll play the 5. Still go small, though, with 6'4" Bo Hodges at the 4. Hodges in with 2 personal fouls.
PJ Pipes, an 88% free throw shooter. This one no good on the 1-and-1. Rebounded out of there by Hodges. Under 5 minutes to play here in the first half. A first half that has been all Green Bay. They got off to the quick start. 8 for their first 8 from the floor. Tucker drives and scores. We've seen Kavan Tucker from the outside. There we saw his ability to drive the basketball.
Yeah, and it was created by the fact Buck spread the floor, worked the Green Bay defense sideline to sideline, took away the help side with false motion, and the nice finish by Tisdale.
Baines now in double figures with 10 points. Another 3 for the Phoenix. Green Bay came in, known for their offense, and they have put on quite an offensive show here in the first half to the tune of 48 points. We've only played 16 minutes. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Trey Boyd III starting to heat up. He's got 5 points.
Jaquan McLeod with his hands at his side. Boyd gets a good look and knocks it down. Back at you, says McLeod.
The Phoenix, some kind of shooting clinic here. Great job getting the defender in the air by Bo Hodges, and Gasson is fouled. Lucas Gasson will go to the free throw line. Take another look at the Boyd three-pointer. He's got such a pretty stroke. Shoots with great confidence.
Yeah, he does. Knocks it down, the left-hander. Jaquan McLeod with his hands at his side. Boyd just needs a little bit of daylight, and he knocks it down. ETSU down 15, 3:39 to go in the first half.
Welcome back. 3:39 to play here in the first half. Lucas Gasson at the free throw line. The Bucks trail the University of Wisconsin Green Bay Phoenix 51-36. Casey Marler alongside Bruce Trambarger. Gasson's first free throw attempt. And this one's up and good. You've mentioned pretty nice stroke for a big guy.
Yeah, he really does. Shoots it like a guard. Bucks blessed over the years with big guys that can shoot free throws. Peter Jerkin just looked like a guard knocking him down. But Gasson with a good dip, good lift, very minimal head movement. Loved the follow through and the soft touch. And avoided the broadcaster jinx as well.
Not always easy to do. I'll tell you, Green Bay's putting on quite a shooting clinic here early on. They'll get the basketball off the miss there. It's almost 70% from beyond the three-point arc, 19 of 26 overall in the first half.
Hey, just playing horse in the backyard. It's pitch, catch, and shoot. Tremendous job of spreading the floor, taking away the help side, and straight line driving. Bucks haven't adjusted yet.
You know, when you're on the road, when those first couple go down, it makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, it does, and at times you get on the road and tend to bond, and you have a leader like Sandy Cohen that I mentioned doesn't want to end his career in Johnson City. He wants to play more basketball, and he's doing his best to keep his University of Wisconsin Green Bay Phoenix Ball Club alive. You see Trey Boyd with the hesitation move. McLeod in a good guarding position, but you have to know the scouting report. Boyd's a southpaw. That's the way he wants to go. Get on that left shoulder of his and turn him to his weak side.
Boyd is 64% free throw shooter. The left-hander's first free throw attempt is good.
The more proactive at attacking the basket. Bucks want to get him to the free throw line more. That's an area you'd like to see improve going into next season. Too good a shooter to leave those points on the line. Need to get that up well into the 70s.
Cohen elects to pass up the shot. Instead, dishes the basketball off as we hit the 3-minute mark of the first half. Schwartz, the pull-up jumper. Schwartz with another bucket. He's in double figures. He has 11.
And Bucks with hands down at their sides. McNair able to do what he wanted. James Harrison with his hands down around his knees. The hands up, distort the field of vision. Way too easy. Where's the pressure?
Hodges with a nice look inside. Harrison fouled. Good patience underneath by Bo Hodges. Found Harrison, and ETSU's lone senior, speaking of wanting the season to continue, James Harrison, the only senior on ETSU's team, will go to the free throw line. Take another look. Hodges recognizes the double team and gets the ball to Harrison, who's fouled.
Yeah, getting the opportunity. Left-hander takes it to the rim with the right hand, draws the contact. Like the hard foul there, that's a veteran play. You don't give up an and one. You either bring the hand down to the floor or you let him go, making Harrison go to the line and earn it. But Harrison, the left-handed post player, one of ETSU's better free throw shooters. Shot reminds me a lot of Wayman Tisdale, about the same size, left-hander, soft touch. Harrison, guy that could have had a lot of playing time on other ball clubs. Talented post player. Defense just quite never caught up to his offense.
And we steal by Williamson ahead to Hodges. Hodges with a one-handed flush. It's a 9-point game on the Bo Hodges jam. Timeout on the floor. 2:25 to play, and just like that, the Bo Show has brought the crowd inside Freedom Hall to life.
To go, you have it down to 9. Jason Shea with a decision to make. How long do you go with Bo Hodges here with the 2 personal fouls? Right now, he's at the point in this 1-2-2 matchup zone full court press.
Hodges with 6 points. None more important than that jam right there. Pretty alley-oop. Right back on the attack. Go the Phoenix.
Press us, I'll show you. Link Darner drawing up a play out of the break.
Pretty spin move, the bucket, and the foul. Count the basket. And now Hodges will go to the free throw line. Take another look. First of all, at the alley-oop, McNair finishes high over the rim.
And what a great look. Set up again by the lack of defensive pressure. Hands at their sides. Swartz able to throw over.
Hodges' free throw attempt. This one off the mark. Cohen out of there with it. To Schwartz. Pump fake. Back to Cohen. The 2 leading scorers in this game for the Phoenix. ETSU picking up the defensive intensity. 15 on the shot clock. Schwartz drives, throws a shoulder in. Shot won't go, but the tap in. They'll call goaltending on the Phoenix. No basket. ETSU with the basketball down 9.
Bucks get a stop with a little help. And McNair showing those hops. He got a little aggressive with the ball still in the cylinder. Basket interference, possession ETSU, chance to cut into this lead.
Williamson with the basketball, 90 seconds to go in the half. Tucker's had a nice first half. Williamson back out to Tisdale all by himself. Tisdale's three-pointer is good. It's a 6-point game coming up on 1 minute to play. In the first half, dominated by Green Bay, ETSU's come to life in the last 3 minutes. It's a 2-possession game. Schwartz with the basketball, guarded by Harrison.
And what does ETSU do? They spread the floor sideline to sideline, work the Green Bay defense horizontally.
Schwartz thinks about it. Harrison on him. Cohen with the running floater, and he scored in every way. Pretty touch inside.
Tremendous patience. Big basket for Green Bay as the momentum started to swing to the white jerseys ever so slightly. Let's see if ETSU goes quick, tries to take a 2-for-1 into the break.
7 seconds. Get the shot off. Tucker, nothing doing there. Williamson with 10 on the shot clock. Blocked out of there, and now Green Bay can hold for the last shot if they choose.
It's almost like McNair baited him into that. Let Williamson get the head and shoulders around, a little false sense of security. McNair able to block it off the rim, keep it in play. They'll spread the floor and allow Cohen to go one-on-one.
5 seconds to go in the first half. Schwartz throws the ball away. It will stay with Green Bay with 2.5 seconds to go.
Good reaction as they double Cohen in the middle of the floor. Finds the open man, but James Harrison, good job closing on the shooter.
Gasson in for Harrison.
Really surprised you're not substituting for Bo Hodges here. Don't want to pick up his third with 2 seconds to go. He's guarding Schwartz, an offensive threat as well.
And Schwartz, you saw in that last possession, really tried to get that shoulder in. Pretty play to end the first half as McNair finishes with the alley-oop off the inbounds, and that'll take us to the break. A good, exciting first half. Green Bay leads ETSU 59-49. Back with our halftime show right after this.
Find somebody, find a green jersey, get your hands up, show some intensity. It's basketball, it's a game, it's fun. It's not work. Get your hands up, move your feet.
ETSU did have a nice run to finish the first half. Closed out, though, by Green Bay right at the buzzer off that inbounds to push the lead back to double figures. They led by more than 10 through much of that first half, thanks to that red-hot shooting. Nearly 70% from the free throw line. Sandy Cohen, the third, 18 points in that first half. And you take a look at that, 59 points 3 times this year. Green Bay has scored over 100 points. They get the stop on Hodges. McNair with the kick out. Schwartz right there gives the basketball up. And this one no good. Gasson with a strong rebound underneath.
A closeout, a stop, and a strong defensive rebound. Bucks out in transition.
ETSU will keep the basketball. A couple of misfires there in the early going of the second half for ETSU. But you mentioned at the defensive end, a little bit of a positive to build on in these second 20 minutes.
A little more connected that time.
Boyd looking for some space. Pull up. Fade away. Jumper is good. Boyd has 9 points. We mentioned he went through the first 10 minutes without a score, but he's starting to catch that rhythm that we saw through much of the second half of the season. McLeod off the backboard, good, and the and one will send McLeod to the free throw line with a chance to finish the three-point play.
Really a good player, McLeod and McNair, able to create their own shot. TSU's had no answers. McLeod slices down the baseline, uses the defender's momentum against him. Guys are so good at sensing when a defender is slightly off balance. Just leaning in, just catching enough contact to get to the free throw line, and they can knock them down as well. And you see they extend the pressure, and they've been unable to force the tempo.
McLeod with 16 points now in the ball game. Tisdale gets a couple of screens, still nothing doing, so he gives the ball off to Boyd with 10 on the shot clock.
So the ball's sticking. We're 20 seconds into the possession. Ball never left the hands of Boyd or Tisdale. Stayed in the center of the floor. Bailout foul.
Yeah, 6 seconds on the shot clock. Gasson had position underneath, tried to poke the ball out of there. Maybe has saved the easy two and at least make Gasson earn it at the free throw line.
Now for ETSU, should Gasson make shot number 2? Do you extend your defense, risk a third foul on Bo Hodges, but yet maybe speed up Green Bay beyond their level of comfort?
Gasson 3 for 3 from the free throw line. And 4 for 4. 9-point game here, early stages A jump ball called. The ball will stay with Green Bay, but a nice job defensively coming backside.
Help side. Good job throwing over the defense. Good job by the guards digging down.
And you maybe saw some effects of that 2 fouls right there on Hodges. Foul called, and that one will go against Tisdale. Tisdale's first. More free throws coming up for Green Bay. Shanquan Hempfield, who is 2 for 2 from the free throw line. 2 of his 4 points there, free ones in the first half.
And a bailout foul by Tisdale. You have Hemphill off balance, fading away from the basket, shooting a tough 2, and you bail him out by reaching in and sending him to the free throw line. Gets away with it.
Hemphill's second free throw attempt is good. Silences the crowd. Pushes the lead back to 10 where we were at halftime. Williamson drives near side, the left-handed floater, good. Looking for a foul, doesn't get it, but he does get the bucket. It's an 8-point game. ETSU starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm offensively, something we didn't see in the first half very often.
Bucks spread the floor, go empty in the post. Williamson with a straight line drive, no help side defense, finishes at the rim.
Then you see Trey Boyd III imploring his teammates to communicate on every defensive possession as the Bucks continue to look for answers against this potent Phoenix offense.
Boyd getting the rare start in the second half, got more comfortable watching a little bit of the action coming in, but Jason Shane says, we need help now, son. Get in there and produce.
And you talk about games like this as the bucket and foul goes for Tisdale. Coast to coast, he'll go to the free throw line.
Great job. Rode the defender, slowed just enough to allow the defender to catch up. We'll see here, P.J. Pipe slightly off balance. Tisdale finishes it, uses the right shoulder to initiate the contact. Finishes the old-fashioned 3.
A 5-point game, as close as the Bucks have been in a long, long time. A little bit of pressure off the make by Tisdale. Cohen has 18 points. Nearly poked away, but Trey Boyd went off of his foot. Gives the my bad, and the Phoenix will keep possession. Cohen did a nice job tracking that ball out of the air. You know, he's a big guy also, listed at 6'6", shooting guard. Blocked, but with 4 on the shot clock, the shot no good. Rebounded underneath, and the putback is good by McNair. You really see some of the issues ETSU has on the inside as the offensive rebound and putback is good by McNair.
And McNair with the great length, strong hands, not only jumps high but jumps quick in the offensive rebound before the defense can react.
Block called on Pipes. Pipes whistled for that personal foul, the 3rd team foul. 3rd foul on Pipes.
It's a huge basket by McNair. ETSU with momentum. They get a stop. Nobody gets a body on McNair.
You know, as ETSU looks for answers defensively, that's one of those that's frustrating. Tisdale with the shot, no good. Off the hands of Hodges because they did everything right. McNair still finished with a bucket as the shot clock.
Yeah, nothing more frustrating for a defense to get a stop and then give up an offensive rebound and easy stick back. It's demoralizing.
McNair drives on Gasson, the reverse lay-in, and a bucket and foul as Hemphill goes up over the top, puts it back, and he'll go to the free throw line. What an athletic play.
Forced the rare miss by McNair. Nobody, and I mean nobody, gets a body on Shanquan Hemphill, and he gets the follow-up basket. What an athletic tip in space. Not only to get to that ball, but to control that tap into the basket. This Wisconsin Green Bay team came to play. We knew Link Darner was an outstanding coach. Man, can they get it done on the offensive end.
And just like that, lead back to 10, and give Green Bay credit. Every time ETSU has put together a run and got some momentum, got this home crowd into the game, the Phoenix have answered. Step back three, no good. Rebound, the foul is on the floor, and it will go against the Phoenix. That foul called against Travion Bell, and that'll take us to a timeout. Green Bay leads by 10, 15:56 to play in the...
Come when you're done, count your dough. The Multiplier family of games from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun.
15:56 to play in the ball game. Green Bay leads ETSU 68-58. The Bucks with the basketball and a full shot clock. Davian Williamson to Trey Boyd III. His shot no good. Gasson inside. Has it stripped out of there and collected by the Phoenix. Hempfield going to push the pace a little bit. And he's fouled on the way up. And he'll go back to the free throw line and shoot a couple of free throws.
And Trey Boyd has a green light from this coaching staff, but that's a shot he can get anytime. Again, Wisconsin Green Bay has not been forced to defend in space, as we see Hemphill slice into the basket once more. Nobody stopping the dribble. ETSU much better job second half guarding point of attack. However, have allowed 4 offensive rebounds, which have led to 6 second chance points.
Missed free throw attempt. Brings the crowd to its feet as part of a sponsorship inside Freedom Hall. And that one is good. Fans sit down without a freebie. And more importantly for the University of Wisconsin Green Bay, they get out of there with an 11-point lead, 15:35 to play. They reverse the basketball to Trey Tiller. Tiller, kick out to Williamson for 3. That one is good. Williamson has the lead back to single digits for Wisconsin Green Bay. Alley-oop, and the shot is no good. Trey Boyd III against Cohen, and Boyd looking to go one-on-one, and instead gets the ball out to the point, and they'll reset the offense. Ten on the shot clock. Boyd with a hand in his face. Tiller with the basketball.
And Green Bay content just to switch those on-ball screens. Hemphill shot the gap. Almost got the steal.
What a strong move. Great patience by Tiller. Got the ball to Hodges. Hodges scores. It's a 6-point game. Once again, ETSU climbing the ladder. Can they get over the hump? Pipes Jr. with the basketball. Pipes drives, reverses, shot no good. And the foul on the way up will send Travion Bell back to the free throw line. Once again, it's an inability to close things out after that first shot miss.
Yeah, got a hand up, got to stop, or at least forced a miss. And then Trey Boyd misses a block out. Travion Bell with the offensive rebound. Green Bay opportunity to extend this lead with the clock stopped.
Bell's first attempt, and this one is good. Bell's free throw makes it a 7-point game.
Interchangeable parts for Wisconsin Green Bay. A lot of these guys in that 6'4" to 6'6" range. They can all run. They can all jump. Shoot well from the mid-range and beyond the arc. Very difficult to defend. Makes them tough on the defensive end because they can switch those on-ball screens. Really get into you on the perimeter. Guard you 94 feet.
Bells hits his first 2 free throws of the night. Williamson down low inside to Harrison. Harrison, pretty touch inside. The senior, James Harrison, in the scoring column in the second half.
Good read by Harrison. Set the high ball screen. Read it well. Slipped it. Williamson with a nice feed.
Cohen guarded by Williamson. Harrison doubled him up. They find Hemphill top of the key. No good. Rebound this time out of there by the freshman Williamson.
Somebody had to be open. James Harrison helped Davian Williamson, matched up on the taller Cohen, but Green Bay couldn't find him.
Kevon Tucker with another three-pointer. Unbelievable offensive performance by Tucker off the bench. Ball thrown away, and it's taken out of there by Tiller. Tiller to Williamson. Williamson gets the foul, doesn't get the shot, and Williamson will go to the free throw line with a chance to make it a one-point game, and ETSU continues to find a way to stay in this game.
Just a little bit at a time. Live ball turnover as Green Bay tries to expose ETSU with the pressure.
Williamson's free throw rattles around and in. Davian Williamson, as we mentioned, 82% from the free throw line for the season, among the best for ETSU. Perfect 3 for 3 from the line here in the ball game tonight. It's a 2-point game. Williamson with a free throw here can make it a 1-point game for the first time since the opening minute. It's true, 71-70, Phoenix lead it, 13:25 to play.
The Bucks keep up the pressure, 1-2-2 with Tisdale at the point. Good job throwing over.
Last touch by ETSU. You know, one thing you've noticed by the Phoenix, they are a mature basketball team. They don't get rattled much, and they have an answer usually for just about anything ETSU's thrown at them.
Spread the floor very well, patient in the full court set. Good job of finding Hemphill long distance.
Tucker beat there defensively. Tennessee, the first round of the collegeinsider.com Classic. And the Phoenix lead at 73-70. Been a great ball game. University of Wisconsin Green Bay has led throughout. ETSU with a chance to tie the basketball game, perhaps cut the lead to 1. Freshman Davian Williamson with the basketball. Casey Marler alongside Bruce Tranbarger. Harrison with the strong move inside. Couldn't get the one-handed floater to go. Set the play up perfectly. Harrison, the senior, couldn't finish.
Got the matchup they wanted, the 2-5 switch, and Harrison couldn't finish over the smaller Trevion Bell.
See a little more aggression on the boards right now on ETSU. Williamson drives and scores. Not playing like a freshman right now. As the Bucks back to within 1. Bell throws it away. ETSU can take the lead. Tisdale with the basketball. 1-on-3. Tucker looks down low, and Harrison can't hold the basketball. A little bit impatient for the first time tonight by ETSU. Hemphill drives, bucket, and foul for the Phoenix.
Just when you thought momentum could swing the other way, Bucks miss an opportunity in transition. Live ball turnover. Hemphill with the finish on the offensive end off a nice pass from Cohen. That's a difficult play, too. Nice catch going full speed. Great decision by Cohen in the open floor.
Tucker, Harrison, get a roar from the crowd. Bernard to the bench, getting coached up by the coaches. And you see every time the players come off the bench, ETSU coaches keep climbing that mountain, keep climbing that mountain. Meanwhile, the Phoenix can't complete the three-point play. It's a three-point game. Question now in the last 12 minutes, how much energy do the Bucks expend getting back into this basketball game?
Well, that's a great point. It's much tougher playing from behind, and they've been playing at a deficit all game. But this coaching staff kept players fresh with a very liberal rotation. Let's see how that plays out in the final 12 minutes.
Hemphill. Phoenix set up the offense. Into the corner for Cohen. Cohen nearly has the ball picked away. Last touched by Cohen. ETSU with the basketball. Great play by Gasson.
How about the 7-footer guarding in space?
Take us to immediate timeout. 11:39 to play in the ball game. Green Bay leads 75-72. Back with more after this. 11:39 to play inside Freedom Hall. University of Wisconsin Green Bay leads ETSU 75-72. The Phoenix have had an answer for every ETSU run. Here come the Bucks with a chance to tie or cut the lead to one again. Boyd drives, hits the backboard straight to Williamson. Little bank shot. Williamson, a little bit out of sync here on this possession. Tisdale drives. And then after all that, 11:17 to play. Fans don't like it. The whole offensive possession was a little unorthodox.
Yeah, a little stutter step in there, but we've seen a lot worse with the new Euro move.
3-point lead for the Phoenix. Hemphill with the basketball. Cohen has been quiet here in the second half, had 18 in the first half. McLeod for three. This one no good. Tracked down in a new shot clock for Wisconsin Green Bay.
McNair is one of the better players I have seen this season in rebounding in space. He literally rebounds sideline to sideline. Very active player, and time again, he kept plays alive, rebounding in space on the offensive glass.
Rewarded for that effort with a couple of free throws. Gasson whistled for that personal foul. McNair's first free throw attempt, make it a 5-point game, is up and good. McNair now with 11 points. 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Second attempt coming up. Shot is good. Back to a 5-point lead. Wisconsin Green Bay is led throughout the game. Got off to a great start in the first half. In fact, they were 8 for their first 8 from the floor. ETSU's defense a little better in the second half. It's allowed them to climb back in this game. Hodges on Cohen. Nothing doing there. Great patience. Shot last touched by the Phoenix, and ETSU will keep possession. James Harrison checks into the lineup. Gasson has a seat.
Really good job defending without fouling by Cohen. Stayed low, kept the hands high. Second player off the floor as he contested the shot.
You just got to look at Jason Shea. In case you joined us late, head coach Steve Forbes, three-pointer by Trey Boyd, not with the team. He's returned to Iowa to be with his family after the death of his father. So assistant coach Shea calling the shots here in Freedom Hall. 10:03 to play, and the Bucks have the basketball with a chance to tie or take the lead.
And back to your point about Jason Shea, no stranger to the interim head coach role. If you'll remember, Steve Forbes suspended after the ejection at Wofford. Jason Shea took over for the Reinhardt game, so comes in with a career record as 1-0 as a college head coach.
And when you talk about the relationship that they have, Coach Forbes really allows his assistant coaches to get involved in every aspect, so there's no sense of a leadership issue. Shot no good, would have given the Bucks the lead. Everything is synchronized, and the ball goes off McLeod's foot. And he can't believe it, right into the Bucks bench, and that turnover will give the Bucks the basketball.
And again, to your point about the relationship between Jason Shea and Steve Forbes. Shea on Forbes' original staff when he came to ETSU 4 years ago. And they served on Bruce Pearl's staff at the University of Tennessee. So great history between these two.
Pretty reverse lay-in by Bo Hodges. It's a tie ball game for the first time since it was 0-0. 9:22 to play. The Bucks have climbed the mountain. We're tied at 77. Cohen with the basketball. The Phoenix leading scorer.
And if you're Wisconsin Green Bay, what do? You put it in your star's hands.
Shot blocked. James Harrison, the only senior in a Buck uniform, with the rebound. Bounce pass, Tisdale, bucket, and foul, and the Bucks lead for the first time.
It started on the defensive end. You knew they were going to Cohen. Had the size mismatch with Damian Williamson. Got by him on the baseline, found nothing but a sea of white jerseys in support. Bucks force the miss and get it out to Tisdale in transition. He knows what to do with it with that left hand.
The fans on their feet inside Freedom Hall. Timeout on the floor with 8:59 to play. ETSU has brought the crowd to life. They lead at 79-77. Tisdale with a chance to push the lead to Tisdale, finishing that play, and time again, Bo Hodges has come up with big plays like the reverse land to tie the game.
Yeah, and how about James Harrison to help side defense from the post, giving some solid minutes. A forgotten figure in this lineup once Lucas Gasson became eligible, but Harrison kept working hard, and now's his chance and his moment to shine.
Tisdale misses. Phoenix with the basketball. Hemphill swings the ball, pipes with it. Guarded by Tiller. Beats Tiller. Help. And ball out of there by Tisdale. Nice help defense by ETSU. Gets the ball to Boyd.
And a rare miss by Tisdale from the line. Buck's been very solid tonight. It's good to see as they progress through the postseason.
Tiller guarded by Schwartz. Harrison down low. Has the matchup with 7 on the shot clock. And an offensive foul called on Harrison. Cohen guarding down low, and the elbow came up by James Harrison. 8:17 to play as the officials are going to take a look at this one to see if that elbow came up, but and for good reason. So back to live action, 8:17 to play. ETSU leads 79-77. Phoenix have led throughout, minus the last minute or so after that Tisdale bucket to make it a 2-point advantage for ETSU. Cohen has been held scoreless here in the second half. 18 points in the first half. Williamson gets the ball ahead to Tisdale. Tisdale lays it off the glass. It's a 5-point lead. Tisdale the last 5 points for ETSU. 4 points rather, they lead by 4.
And that play was made during shoot-around. Davian Williamson absolutely blew it up. The pass was off just a little bit, or he was getting ready to get a run-through steal.
Cohen snaps his 13-minute scoring drought with a pretty scoop shot. Looked like he changed his shot in the air. Cuts the lead to 2 for ETSU.
He's a walking mismatch. If you go small on him, he'll post you. You go big, he can draw you outside and knock it down.
And I see it, Isaiah Tisdale, 13 points now. The last 8 has literally shot the Bucks back into the lead. Shot no good by Cohen as he's cooled off in the second half. Rebound by ETSU as we hit the 7-minute mark.
His legs getting heavier. Cohen plays heavy minutes. A little slow getting out there. Hands at his side. Davian Williamson knows what to do with it. Bucks lead by 8.
A nice job by Hemphill breaking free. Harrison a step late. Lead back to 6. You can see a little bit of fatigue in the eyes of the Phoenix right now. ETSU just keeps coming with those waves of players, and they're playing with a lot of energy right now.
Yeah, has Cohen been off the floor at all?
Another 3-pointer by Tisdale. Tisdale's red hot. He's got 16.
Yeah, Cohen had 27 minutes played at the 13-minute media timeout.
Shot right back at the Bucks by Jay Quan Murray en route to 16 points. Gave the Bucks the lead in transition, hit a couple of 3-pointers, and it's the Bucks by 6. Still, Green Bay not going away. Big 3-pointer cut that lead to 6, and now they're putting a little pressure on. Isaiah Tisdale gets the inbounds. Tisdale trapped there at the center line, gets the ball to Boyd, sets his feet, shot no good, rebounded out of there by Hemphill, keeps the dribble, nice athletic play.
Set play out of the timeout, ran Trey Boyd off a couple of screens, got an open look but didn't finish it.
Hemphill tried to poke the ball away, and he's whistled for the personal foul. His first personal foul, team 7th. That'll send Trey Boyd to the free throw line. Boyd has been to the charity stripe tonight. He is 2 of 2 as you get a good look at Boyd. What a season he's had, the junior guard from Memphis, Tennessee. really came on offensively the latter part of the season. Shot no good, and a foul is called. Looks like it'll be called on Lucas Gasson. Gasson tried to poke the ball away, and so we'll go to the other end for more free throws, this time for Wisconsin Green Bay. There's a good look at Coach Shea. He's been around a lot of winning basketball. Knows his way to the postseason. Very comfortable in that leadership position. Bell's free throw attempt.
Shea's the X's and O's guru, also a student of the game. Big trivia guy.
Bell's second attempt. And this one is good. He has 6 points. McNair back into the lineup. Josh McNair has 12 points. In fact, 5 players in double figures for the University of Wisconsin Green Bay. Williamson guarded by McNair. Hodges. Williamson near side. And Hodges called for the travel. And just like that, Wisconsin Green Bay with a little bit of momentum, putting together a mini run here.
Bucks got the 2-5 switch they wanted. Had Gasson down on the low block with Sandy Cohen. ETSU couldn't find him. Dead ball turnover. Green Bay an opportunity to make this a one-possession game.
Settled into quite a basketball game with 5 minutes to go. Tisdale nearly poked it away from Cohen. Cohen's got 20, but 18 of those were in the first half. 10 seconds. Offensive foul. What a defensive possession by Isaiah Tisdale.
Kept the feet moving, the active hands. Cohen put on a couple of moves, but ended up in the same spot, lowered the shoulder. When the defender takes it in the chest, he's normally going to get the call. Player control foul, possession ETSU.
When we think about defense, a lot of times we think about aggression, but that time it was as much patience as anything else. Tried to turn that to offense. Great hustle by Tisdale. Isaiah Tisdale's putting on a clinic at both ends of the floor right now.
Yeah, making plays on both ends. And as a defender, you don't have to be set. He established a legal guarding position with both feet on the floor facing the opponent. Took the contact from Cohen, and there with the offensive rebound and throwing it off the defender to extend ETSU's possession. 15 on the shot clock.
The shot no good. Rebounded by the Phoenix. Now Cohen is going to run, and he's fouled hard by Trey Boyd III, and Cohen will go to the free throw line. Chance to build on his 20 points. Team's 10th foul, Boyd's 3rd personal foul. Cohen's been to the free throw line, 2 of 2 tonight.
His motor never stops. Hadn't been off the floor playing as hard now with 4.5 to go as he did prior to the first media timeout.
And really leading his team back into the game within a possession now with 4:30 to play. A chance to cut the ETSU lead to 2.
That's one thing the Bucks wanted to do early, play a lot of numbers and have fresher legs at the end. We'll see how that plays out as we near the final media timeout.
Open possession, Bell with it to Cohen. Cohen shuffled his feet, got away with one, and draws the contact, and he'll go back to the free throw line.
And that's what he does. He's so good in the open floor at making you commit as a defender and contorting his body, leaning a shoulder in to initiate contact, going up with the strong hand. ETSU bench clamoring for an offensive foul. Didn't get the call, and Cohen with a chance to tie.
First free throw, no good. As Trey Boyd III gets set to check in for ETSU, Bo Hodges has a seat. Cohen's second free throw attempt with 4:11 to play, and this one is good. It's a 1-point game.
That's his game. Gets to the free throw line more than 6 times a game.
ETSU's one-time 9-point lead now trimmed to 1. Tucker back out to Tisdale. Inside to Gasson. Gasson has the ball taken away. And here come the Phoenix. McNair bounce pass. Cohen shot good. Phoenix by 1.
There's a reason why in the 7th grade they tell bigs not to put it on the floor. Gasson bounced. He didn't have to. Live ball turnover. Phoenix convert in transition.
All game, University of Wisconsin, Green Bay. The Phoenix lead ETSU 91-90. They've led by as many as 18. The Bucks have led by as many as 9. All here in the last 10 minutes. Tucker has the basketball. He has 17 points. Boyd drives and gets fouled as he tries to go up for the jam. Hits the deck hard, but he'll go to the free throw line. That foul goes against Josh McNair. McNair whistled for his 3rd personal foul, team's 9th personal foul, and Boyd with a couple of free throw attempts. He's 2 of 3 from the line tonight. ETSU as a team, 13 of 16, so a pretty good night at the free throw line for ETSU. In fact, they had a pretty good night against Wofford in the conference semifinals. Shot up and good. They put together a couple of games, throughout the regular season. That was one of the recurring themes, but they seem to have rectified that in the postseason.
And have the right guys going to the line tonight. Bucks creating space, a little false motion. A seam on the end line. Boyd gets it to the rim, finishes through contact, and goes to the line and converts.
We expected offense. We've got offense. 92-91. ETSU leads it. 3:17 to play. Hempel with the basketball to Cohen. Skip pass, far corner, 3-pointer in, and stays in. I was about to say rattles in and out, but got the friendly roll. Trevion Bell now has 9 points.
And probably the shot you wanted if you're ETSU. Bell coming in 32% from distance, but got the shooter's roll.
Hodges thinks about the shot, instead kicks out to the 3-point shooter. Shot no good. Rebounded out of there by Wisconsin Green Bay. They lead by 2. Bell, who hit the big 3-pointer. Bell double teamed. Guarded by Harrison. Down low to Hemphill. The kick out. McLeod with 5 on the shot clock. And the driving layup on Hodges is good. Great poise by McNair, and he finishes with a bucket.
Bucks defended it so well for 28 seconds, had to double team twice during the possession. Neither time could the Phoenix find the open man, but tremendous patience and a finish with an expiring shot clock.
4-point lead for the Phoenix. Shot no good. Put back by Harrison is good. It's a 2-point game. 96-94, Phoenix lead it. The senior Harrison, right place, right time.
Making the most of his extended minutes and a big basket. Huge possession here. Can the Bucks get a stop without fouling? 90
seconds to play. Cohen with a basketball. He's the guy the Phoenix want with it. 3-pointer, Bell. This one won't ride, but another offensive foul or offensive rebound and a foul, and that will send McNair to the free throw line to shoot a pair. And ETSU played good defense, got the miss, couldn't get the rebound.
Yeah, once again, defended the point of attack. Nobody with a body on McNair. Bucks lose Bo Hodges, so now they're 3 light at the number 4 position.
Hodges finishes the game with 12 points, 5 rebounds.
Bucks will go really small. Kevon Tucker will play the power forward. Minute 22 and down 3. It becomes a game of speed and ball handling. Size less of a factor.
We'll give the Phoenix credit. They weathered the ETSU storm, came all the way back to take a 9-point lead. Now it's Wisconsin-Green Bay that leads by 3. Make that 4 with 1:22 to play.
They haven't missed many, and when they have, it seems like McNair's been there time and time again with offensive rebounds in space to extend possessions.
Trey Boyd with the basketball, 14 on the shot clock. Three-pointer up, no good. Tisdale gets the rebound. Harrison misses the jam, and now the Bucks have to play defense. James Harrison got free, went for the dunk, and
can you afford to play out the possession?
Driving basket by Sandy Cohn. It's a 6-point lead. The Phoenix have reached the century mark.
Don't have to have a 3, but you need something quick and aggressive.
And the ball falls off of the rim, and the Phoenix have the basketball, and Trey Boyd, the third, fouls Cohen. Last 2 possessions kind of indicative of the entire night. Had a shot inside, wouldn't go, rattles off the rim. The three-pointer falls off, and now with 28 seconds to left, Cohen has a chance to extend a 6-point lead.
I think in retrospect, down 4, Jason Shea would have preferred his ball club played the foul game. Elected to play it out. And the Iron Man Cohen makes a play.
And there was a time there midway through this second half that he really looked gassed, got his second wind, and really led this team down the stretch.
Played through it, really got a second win at the immediate timeout. The irony is, Casey, that possession down 4, James Harrison misses the dunk. Jason Shea is trying to get a timeout about the time the ball caromed off the rim.
.24 seconds to play. Three-pointer, no good. And that's the way this game will end, as the Bucks have pulled off. And the Phoenix will run out the clock. Give the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay credit. They come into Freedom Hall and win it 102-94. ETSU made a nice comeback in the second half, but couldn't finish it off in the last 5 minutes.
Bucks never adjusted, just so outmanned in the post. Green Bay comes in, does a tremendous job running their offense, very well coached ball club, and made shots and got it done on the road.
So ETSU season comes to a close. They wrap up the 2018-19 campaign 24-10. Green Bay, University of Wisconsin-Green Bay improves to 18-16, and they will advance in the collegeinsider.com tournament. Final thoughts
for ETSU.